All right. So let's keep it a bean. James Harden is going to be a top five shooting guard all time. It's not going to be any debate about that. I don't care what he did last playoffs. I mean, Outstar Thompson was guarding him. If you know anything about Outstar Thompson, he's a lockdown specialist, and that's what he's good at. He's a lockdown person, but as far as shooting, he threw away the key. He has no shooting ability. Don't ever give him a gun because he's going to miss every single time. Um, that's why Harden was having such a difficulty. 9 points, I could let that go. He's the second person to be worried about when it comes to scoring on that team. But you have other shooter specialists and you have big men who can get their points. So I wasn't too concerned regarding, the 9 points. I mean, the Pistons had other problems with, like I said, welcome to the Jalen Duren show. Every single time he had less than 10 points, just about, they were losing. I could give Cade Cunningham 60 points, 70 points. As long as I kept the other stars in the Pistons gone, they were going to lose. So I ain't worried about that. Like that's he's James Harden is going to be solidified as a top five shooting guard of all time. Nick, what was the second question? Also, just clarify.
The second question was, can the Cavaliers beat the Knicks if James Harden continues these poor performances?
Well, that's the thing. So you're gonna have different matchups. I mean, it depends on who's guarding him. You got Josh Hart, you got OG Ananobi, you got Jose Alvarado off the bench who could give him some work. Um, Mikal Bridges. I mean, they have multiple guards and forwards that could give James Harden problems. But the thing is, can he get past them at his age? Yes, at times, but more than likely not because all those people I mentioned are younger than him. So he's gonna have difficulty, but I still think he could get his 11 to 18 points per game. Still, uh, I still got the Knicks winning. I believe in five because the Cavs I know they're no easy team to beat. They have two big men that, when at their best, can one can spread the floor and two can get you on the defensive end with the blocks. And yeah, Donovan Mitchell, when on fire, is unstoppable to guard because he's powerful. He's like 6'1" or 6'2", but he's powerful and get his floater. He got that D-Wade patented floater. And James Harden is, James Harden. He's going to be the playmaker of the bunch. He'll get you he'll break the whole perimeter plan and he'll get his floaters. He'll pass it to the shooter on the side, give it to pause Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. So he can do all that. But I still think the freshness of the Knicks will be too much for the Cavs to overcome. Keep in mind the Cavs played two game sevens this year. So eventually attrition is going to kick in.
Here's my whole thing, and Jordan, you made something that I I want to dive into for just a little bit. And you said that James Harden is going to retire a top five shooting guard of all time. Now, understand the weight and the heaviness, the gravity of that statement because the first two slots are already filled. And we already know who they are. It's Bean Bryant and Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Not in any order. Please do not comments. Don't come for me. I just happen to throw those two names out there. So when we talk best, the top in the game, those two are already up there. There's not no one else that proceeds has a resume like the two of them does, not without question. Then when you start looking at the rest of the league, it gets kind of shaky. But again, there's people that could actually overtake this man. So again, look at the list. Yeah, just for shooting guards. I was just about to put them up there. Dwayne Wade would be absolutely number three. I think that position is locked as far as the top five. Dwayne Wade is locked at number three. I think his first playoff run was his first playoff run to get his first ring completely elite. I don't think you can argue that James Harden's career is better than D Wade's. No one's going to say that at all. Then you have AI himself. Of course, he does not have a championship, but he defined a generation. He is the cultural icon of the 2000s, helped bring the NBA, and it was one of the people that helped really drag a roster to an NBA Finals. I think where some of it is whether or not you think the following are better than James Harden, because you have Ray Allen, who's a multiple time winning champion, who's actually was clutch in getting his team to win a championship matchup. If you don't remember, it is the 2012 Miami Heat. You remember that game? I remember that game because I remember walking out of not Ruby Tuesdays, of Applebee's, saying that that game was over. And as I was walking out, literally Ray Allen made that shot. And that's what solidified game 7. And that's why the Miami Heat have a ring, one of those rings right now. Also, you do have Ginobili, who has multiple championships. You have Tracy McGrady that's out there. I already have the list, Mike. Y'all ain't got to drop it. I have the list already ready for y'all. So again, when we talk about if James Harden is actually going to be top 5, the answer is hell no. He is not a top 5 shooting guard. He's not retiring like that. Now, I will put a caveat in it. If he wins the championship and he is a big contributor to that championship, he can't beat the Knicks, have a terrible game 6 and 7, then go off to the finals and then have a terrible game 6 and 7 and get drugged to a championship. Absolutely not. We're not
Yeah,
rewarding bad players.
hold on, Nick. Y'all both are wilding because James Harden, if you have forgotten, is ninth in the all-time scoring list in NBA history as a shooting guard, or shall we say, combo guard or hybrid guard, if you will. You mentioned all these other players, and yes, Manu Ginobili as a team player has more championships than James Harden. Tracy McGrady has a different skill set than James Harden, and so does Vince Carter. Vince Carter was a small forward; he was a slasher. Y'all not gonna kill James Harden's a rep like that. Y'all crazy for all that. As far as a shooting
No,
guard, he's up there in the top 5, and there's no question about it.
listen, his MVP season is one of the best MVP seasons out there. Like point wise, you're not going to find too many people to have that scoring point PPG like James Harden. You're not going to have that many people that have that up there. However, I have your game 6 and game 7 playoff history with James Harden.
I don't
Look at
care
it.
about those game 6, game 7.
Oh, you know,
I don't I
because a
don't care
lot of
about
this,
those. I consider an impactful player one that changes rules. Like people love Michael Jordan and buffing him off and all that. But James Harden was one of those players where they changed rules based off of contact, based off of drawing fouls, and you saw it. And it was one of the first games of the season. I keep on going back to either 2018 or 2019. He was playing against Portland. He did the same move and he didn't get caught with a foul because they changed it over the offseason because there were so many complaints about it. We're not going to disrespect James Harden. I don't care about these
no,
game 6,
no,
game
we are
sevens.
going to disrespect James Harden because again,
Y'all will. I'm
Steph
not.
Curry was cooking without that foul call change. I'm sorry,
But
Steph Curry was still cooking. Steph
Steph
Curry
Curry is a
had
different
multiple
type of
championships.
player.
No,
Steph Curry is a different type of player. He's a
okay,
scorer and a shooter,
Chris
and the
Paul
best
was the
shooter
same
ever.
one.
Chris Paul is not. Chris Paul is a true point guard. He's a playmaker. We're
That
we're
is true.
we're, we're comparing apples to oranges here in terms of players and their archetypes.
Again, as
Are
I
we gonna
have
go? If we're
stated,
gonna go down this road, y'all got it. We can do that because I got a little bit of time.
no, 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 no. Because at the end of the day, y'all have said, and it's a very loose y'all because it includes the people out in comment land. Y'all said that James Harden is a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I've
Of
told
course, yes,
y'all
he
that
is.
first ballot Hall of Famers have to show up in big moments.
He's a first
If
ballot Hall
you,
of
if
Famer, and there's no question about it. if you see
Oh,
if you see his line of work, there have been seasons where James Harden was unguardable because of how he was able to manipulate
how many rings did that
calls
translate to?
on the court.
Because Steph Curry was unguardable. LeBron James, when he was playing in Miami, was unguardable. When LeBron James beat
So
the
he
three
was
and
in
one
Cleveland
Golden
and
State
was in
Warriors,
Miami and other
LeBron
teams
James
too.
was unguardable. When KD went from OKC to Golden State, he was unguardable because he won those two championships in easy
But
fashion.
so our
Again,
championships, the only way we equate how great a person
you have to finish the
is that
job.
the only
You have to finish
meter?
the job. You're saying unguardable. Unguardable means unguardable. Unguardable does not mean I show up to a game 6 and I put up 13 points. I'm putting up
I don't
11
care about
points
a game
in an
six or game
elimination
seven.
game, bro.
I'm talking about
And you have a
a
team,
overall line of work. When James
bro.
Harden was attacking the paint, there were times where he knew how to draw fouls, making certain motions, contorting his body to a point where the referees had no choice but to give him the foul and the free throw. Because his free throws, I believe there was a couple of seasons where he shot the most free throws in the NBA. There was a tear, like I said, in the 2010s, the middle to
So
late, where you saw James Harden at the top of the list in the MVP voting, the scoring, free throw shooting, all of that. And there were players complaining, there were coaches complaining, there were execs complaining about it. They were thinking he was a free throw merchant. Like y'all call SGA a free throw merchant. James Harden was the original free throw merchant. I mean,
so
Shaq
I've
was back in the day,
couple
but I'm talking about right
couple
now.